I went to Sudan not just because I was invited to document the work of Doc Kelly, but also because I felt I needed to make record of another historic chapter in South Sudan's ever-changing story, especially when there was no one there to do so. I was the first journalist in the area last November when 1,000 refugees a day were pouring into a small village named Doro. President Bashir in Khartoum was bombing the new border region over oil rights, and those marginalized populations caught in the middle were forced to evacuate their homes or be killed. When we went to Doro, South Sudan in 2011, NGOs were pulling out. We were seeing about 1,000 refugees a day. Many of the refugees were arriving with all of their belongings on their head. They'd start walking at sunup and they'd walk all day. Some had donkeys, some had bicycles, but 90% were on their feet. And so we would see them 7 to 10 days later, hungry, thirsty, starving. You can imagine when you walk for 7 to 10 days in the 120-degree heat, what that does to the human body. As Dr. Kelly got set up, he was able to work out of an old supply tent that had been set up by the UN. And I was able to document the patients as they were coming through. And this was one of those moments when you see a population actually being transplanted and you see the results of living in the bush for 5 to 6 days.
Last week I have seen the helicopter was bombing in Khartoum and killed 7 women and 4 men. And I don't know how many are wounded. And I'm now bring my children was get wounded on that time, and the mother at the same time was dead. The mother, my wife, was dead on that time. And I brought them to the clinic. I'm now here in Doro. In Sudan, there is no peace.
There was a lot of deforestation. People were using the fires to clear the land, to get rid of insects, to get rid of snakes, to get rid of scorpions. They were trying to clear the area. And so again, if you are indigenous to this area originally, and all of a sudden you've got new neighbors moving in who are burning the trees, who are basically clearing your land, maybe land that you were going to grow crops in, it's going to cause tension. People in charge, the village elders, were now having to deal with a displaced population in their backyard. And people were negotiating for land rights, land that wasn't theirs. They needed to grow crops, they needed to grow food, they needed to put their animals somewhere. This is the new dynamic in South Sudan. What I take away from these experiences is the ability to see that at the end of the day, we all have the same needs. And it doesn't matter if you live in a developing country or you're here in Seattle or New York or LA. We have the same needs and we need to take care of our families. It's all about greater understanding. It's all about understanding how somebody on the other side of the fence lives. Sudan may be a tough place to work, But the people have hearts just like you or I. They're compassionate people. They don't have food, but like most places, they'll give it to you if you need it. And despite the harsh reality of South Sudan and the harsh conditions, it's a great place to work because it's life unfolding before you. It's humanity, and you need to be compassionate towards humanity.